Hello and welcome. You're tuned into CNBC-TV18 Prime. I'm Manisha Gupta, back with your daily dose of commodities, cryptos and currencies. Well, when you look at the markets, a quick look at the global equities first of all, and the Wall Street closed the session on a mixed note amid flaring concerns around trade relations between US and China. However, the stocks in Asia Pacific are enjoying a strong day across the board. Back home, the Nifty is testing 25,300 levels at lunch hour, hovering around those intraday highs as you can see on your screens. Shifting focus also to the crude oil prices, they're witnessing cuts of over a percentage point and now stabilizing above after the International Energy Agency warned of a huge supply glut in 2026, coupled with the persisting trade tensions between US and China. Talk about precious metals now, and we've seen gold hit an all-time highs yet again, almost at $4,200 an ounce. And when you look at silver, we've seen nearly 80% of gains come in for that one in this year. But what really has outperformed gold and silver also has been platinum, up almost 88% in this year until now. How is platinum looking like for the Indian markets? What is the demand, especially during the festival season, are the questions that we're putting forth to Vaishali Banerjee. She's MD, India Platinum Guild International. Vaishali, hi, thank you so much for joining in. Happy festivities to you. First of all, on the prices, really, because you can't move ahead without asking that question. 2025 clearly has been best year in many ways. Platinum especially, this is the best year since 1979 that we're looking at in sense of platinum. How do you look at the price moves as of now?
Hi, Manisha. Thank you for having me and wishing you, the team at CNBC, and all your viewers a very, very happy Diwali and festive season.
Thank you.
And it's a very cheerful festive season, as you rightly said. Incredible kind of build up on the platinum price. It's very strong, and it's really good because it stays with the story of it is such a precious metal and this kind of store of value. It's playing into that and living it, as I would say. Look, we don't we can't have any kind of you know uh, view on what the price will be going forward because we don't know. But what we do see is that this strong platinum price and the kind of tailwind behind it has been really reassuring for all the consumers, for the industry at large, because the value of the metal is growing, and we've seen that impact in a very positive way for demand as well. Because given its high price today, as you said, up 88%, but it's significantly even then lower than gold. So such a precious metal at a very, very consumer-friendly price, and this is really driving demand for us here as well as globally.
It is. I mean, I do understand that you can't talk about the prices right now, Vaishali, and I'm not asking you for an outlook onto this one because that's anybody's guess, really.
Anybody's guess.
Anybody's guess. How are you looking at the sudden price move that we've seen in this year out of all of these years? I mean, we've been talking about a platinum deficit for a long time. The jewelry demand has been growing. The industrial demand has been on a high as well. But the sudden price move, what does it do for the industry?
So, jewelry in India and in Asia is a store of value. It always benefits from at least appreciation in price. This has been a very, very strong appreciation in price in a very short time. But you see, what happens is that it's still significantly lower than gold, right? It's in fact lower than 18 karat gold. So such a precious metal like platinum at this kind of price, it's a tailwind for jewelry. So jewelry demand is strong across all markets. Even the Western markets, which don't really track prices like we do in the Asian markets, but platinum is available to them at such a consumer-friendly price. So I think jewelry is seeing demand growth across the globe. And to my mind, the price is actually helping this kind of demand to grow.
Oh, absolutely. For lying flat for last couple of years, the kind of
Yes,
growth that we've seen in platinum prices
exactly.
definitely is bringing guys back there. Let's talk about the jewelry demand for Indian markets then. How are you looking at that grow? Because for the last couple of years, I mean, I know you've been working very hard in these Asian markets. I'll talk about India first and then rest of the world because
Yes.
you're taking care for many other countries also. But for India, and this is important time because this is festival season here, how do you
Yes.
see these high prices, even higher gold prices, helping people buy platinum?
So, so we've got quarter-on-quarter growth. It's been a strong year, and even the third quarter has seen whatever 8 to 10% growth, and which is very good because last time this year we had a significant cut in duties, right? So we had an unusually strong quarter three, which is for us July September. And this year has seen a growth on the top of that. So I think we are quite positive that we will look at a growth in quarter 4 as well. And I think we will stay with our estimate that it would be around 10 to 12% growth, whether it is in retail sales and fabrication of jewelry. So we stay with our estimate as of now. All signs that we are seeing, the October has started very strong. The weekends have been good business. Um, so all signs are that we should be able to look at that kind of a growth for India.
Vaishali, as you said, 10 to 12% of our growth is what you're anticipating in this quarter, in this year for the Indian markets there. What kind of jewelry when it comes to platinum? Because I do understand India has its very own specific ways of buying jewelry. So when it comes to platinum, what really is doing the best?
So, the men's category is, I think, leading demand simply because they are higher weight pieces. Platinum in India focuses on the young consumer, whether it's men or women, young couples. So, the couple bands, which are really commitment rings, are the mainstay of the category, I would say, and they've been. This is, I think, the first category that we launched with the way back when, and it has been growing year on year. So I think we still have a lot of headroom to grow the commitment rings. We have a new collection which is coming out in November, and I think actually a very beautiful collection, and it's right in time for the wedding season. And we're quite positive that that category will continue with delivering growth. Men's men's has been a fantastic category for platinum because of the type of jewelry, the type of consumer, and the kind of design and the affinity that platinum has for this consumer. In addition to that, we have Devara, which is the women's jewelry, which has seen new collections out in the market already to build to the season, which again, highly focused to the young consumer. So the designs talk to the consumer, and that's why we find that the uptake of that collection is always been very strong, and the brand itself is very strong amongst young women. So all three categories seem to be doing well, and together delivering our annual growth.
Vaishali, talk to us about the MS Dhoni Connect as well, because that really seems to be luring a lot of people into buying platinum for you.
Yes, yes, this is our festive special start with the MS Dhoni Signature Edition. It is, as you said, it has worked really well, and we
Okay.
continue with that. And we have some new designs and new alternatives for the consumer to look at and buy if they like. It's a very strong program, and it has delivered across India because that is the appeal of the man. And and each piece, since it has his signature, has a very special meaning for the consumer and for his fans to own and wear that piece. And this season we have a interesting idea because you could actually get to meet the man, because we do have a contest going on right now. So what better for a fan than to meet their icon, their legend? Nothing could be more satisfying.
I'm sure. Vaishali, one more final question, and this is about the rest of the world then. And while India, you said this quarter could be looking at 10 to 12% of an increase in platinum jewelry, How are you looking at the rest of the world warming up to platinum as an investment or as a jewelry?
Both, actually.
Hmm.
If we look at China, it is both. Japan has always been both, and then both have worked side by side. It is one of our most mature markets. US is seeing good growth on the back of their what they call bridal, which is really their engagement rings and wedding bands, which is the core category for platinum in the Western markets, because it is seen as a metal of love, and engagement rings and wedding bands seem to have got a huge tailwind because at the end of the day, why would you want white gold when you can have platinum at this kind of consumer price? So I think that's why we are looking at last year has been a growth for all jewelry markets, and we expect that to happen this year as well.
Fair point that. Vaishali, as always, thank you so much for joining in and making sense of what really seems to be happening with platinum as a metal. Slightly still niche, but we have seen prices gain very,
Yes.
very strongly. Thank you so much, and I'm wishing you happy festivities as well. Before we get to a break, let's get you that board on gold and silver live prices, because we're looking at a new all-time high for gold right now. $4,200 an ounce has been broken on the higher side. So this is a new all-time highs that we are dealing with right now. And this is a 60% of gain in this year that the gold prices are now working with. For silver, it is 82% of gains in this year. And when you talk about platinum, we were talking about platinum right now. Platinum has gained up by nearly 88% in this year. So very, very strong gains coming in across those precious metal prices. And then it's time for a short breather. On the other side, we will talk about cryptocurrencies, which also have been surging. We will have with us Sumit Gupta of CoinDCX. Stay tuned. Welcome back. We're joining now with Sumit Gupta of CoinDCX. Sumit, hi. Diwali's come early for you this time around. I mean, there have been a lot of factors, but this one really, really pushes it ahead. With Coinbase now pushing in more stake, more money into CoinDCX, what are the latest numbers that you're working with or we can work with?
Sure. I think indeed a good Diwali for all of us at CoinDCX team as well as for the entire sector. I think the industry has been waiting for a news like this from a long after a 2 years, 2.5 years of lull period where no much was invested in the market. But I think this is definitely a good boost of confidence. Not just for CoinDCX, but for all the builders out there. In terms of business, of course, the business is good. This round makes CoinDCX a $2.45 billion company post the closure of this round. And we are very excited. I think this just gives us more fuel to invest and pour more capital resources in India market and to grow the category as a whole.
Sumit, would you say that it also affirms that the international players are looking to invest to India?
Oh, absolutely. Why not? I think India is one of the largest markets outside US, excluding China. And we all know that all the global players are eyeing India market, given that India is number one when it comes to grassroots adoption 3 years in a row. There's insanely high concentration of developer talent, very high, a large population base, tech savvy, young people who understand crypto, who love building in crypto. And I think India is, of course, one very large opportunity that all the global players are eyeing at. And yeah, of course, this investment also signifies that India is a market that cannot be ignored anymore.
Absolutely. And Coinbase is one name, Sumit, but CoinDCX clearly is backed by various other global investors as well. How are you, if you could run us through their names, of course, and what are the kind of numbers or deals or further conversations that you're having with them?
So in terms of our existing investors, we have been fortunate to be backed by some of the most incredible investors and VCs who are highly reputed, not just in crypto world, but even outside. Just to name a few, it's Bain Capital, who has been our early backers, Coinbase, of course, Pentera, Temasek, and Jump Capital. I can go on and on. We have like almost like 30, 40 high quality investors in our cap table. We continue to learn from them. We continue to work with some of these partners and see what can we do more to make sure that India market grows beyond than where it is today. And I think there's still like a lot of work to be done. We are just in the very, very early phases of our journey.
Sumit, Coinbase has been an investor since 2020 with you, and they are reaffirming their partnership with you when it comes to India. As you also said that India perhaps is just about a growing market and there's just so much to do. There's so much upside from here on. Just to make some sense of calculations, even for the sake of it, where do you see India's growth, let's say, from 10 years from now?
Oh, that's a big one. I think a lot of caveats and contingencies in between, but I do believe that India over time is going to be one of the largest, if not the largest market in Web3 globally. If billion people have to come on chain, if they have to adopt crypto, it cannot happen without India. We are seeing the early signs of that, and this is also a reason why so many global players are looking at India very, very seriously, going after FIO registration licenses and trying whatever best they can to compete with domestic players. But I think eventually it's going to be a market which is going to be led by domestic players, and Coinbase investing in CoinDCX is a confirmation or affirmation towards that. All I can say is that in next 10 years, you will see India being number one when it comes to users, when it comes to usage of crypto, and all the key metrics out there.
2.45 billion valuation at this point in time. Sumit, it's a great number that we're flashing on our screens right now. How do you intend using this money? What is utilization and how are you looking to growth from here?
Sure, Manisha. I think 2.45, I've not given as much importance to as what the media is giving, but I think what it tells me is that when we started this journey 7, 8 years back, we were just a couple of people motivated to build the crypto sector in India, and we have come a long way from there. The idea is that this capital, this fuel, will be used to further deepen our presence in India, launch a lot of innovative products, that India wants to use. There's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of work to be done, from CoinDCX, from many other players, and it's across products, it's across education, which we believe is the right way to grow the ecosystem. Like as much capital is required to make sure that India adopts crypto in a healthy and organic, manner, with the right reason. I think all of that is something that will require a lot of capital. We have been putting in money there, but I think there's a lot of work to be done. And of course, in terms of our expansion efforts, we have done that last year as well, and we will continue to do that in the years to come.
Sumit, when you look at India's digital asset ecosystem, how would you rate it, if I can say that? And what would it take rather to push it from here on?
See, I think if you depends on what dimensions you want me to rate, but if you are rating in terms of adoption, India is right at the very top, number one. If you look at number of developers, India is number two with almost 13% of global Web3 talent pool sitting in India, which is going to be number one in a couple of years. So India is going to be number one again in terms of developers as well. In terms of regulatory clarity, unfortunate, but we are falling behind in terms of taxation. We are falling behind than many other regions, but in terms of grit, passion of builders, we are right at the top.
All right. Well, that is the crypto market movers really on the screen right now. And what's your sense on the volatility? We seem to be stabilizing right now, but this is not the end of it, is it, Sumit? Because the way we are dealing with various uncertainties in the international markets, I'm assuming volatility for any other asset class is far from over.
Yeah, I mean, that's the last thing that you can expect from any market, for it to be stable. Markets love volatility. And I think the nature of market is such that we will continue to see more and more volatility, even in crypto markets, and that extends to even capital markets as well. So volatility is here. It has always been there. It will continue to be there. I think what is important is how do we leverage volatility to our advantage and accordingly take investment decisions, minimizing the risk, and taking actions which are wise, which are educated, and not just emotion led. I think those are the things that if people keep in mind, I think volatility becomes their friend.
Sumit, various global banks have now started getting into crypto in some sense, whether it is about trading desk, very few have that, but integration in some sense, especially for their wealthy clients, for their institutional clients. There's a lot of work that is being done majorly in US, but various other parts of the world as well. How far is India, would you say, from that kind of a thing?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good one. Something that I keep pondering about every now and then. I do believe that honestly, we are a little far from there. We have tried reaching out to a few institutions in India, a few TradFi companies in India. I think everyone, every single one, is just waiting for some signal from the government, and then everyone will jump into it. They are also, like all the banks in the country, are also seeing what moves their global counterparts are making, and it's not hidden anymore. It's right out there, right? And but given the situation in which India is from a regulatory point of view, I think having some clarity and some broad guardrails around the sector will definitely open up the sector. It will benefit not just the companies in India, not just the domestic market, but also give boost to employment, give boost to confidence of customers. It will safeguard the customer's interest, make sure that the industry continues to grow, but in a controlled and regulated manner. I think that's what's missing. But in terms of interest, like whether you talk about digital asset treasury companies, whether you talk about banks keen to explore, fintechs exploring. When I have conversations with a lot of those founders, I think everyone is super excited and pumped to see the development that's happening globally, and they want to be part of that race.
That's a part of the regulatory, but when you look at ETFs as well, and I was reading the latest data, Sumit, which says that in the month of September in US, there were 30 more ETF filings done October, and we're not
Yes.
even half there, 20 more filings being done. So would you say that the world is moving very, very fast and yes, perhaps lagging slightly behind?
Yeah, I mean, like I hate to say that, but yes, that's happening to some extent. But I do also want to call out that there's been a lot of progress that we have made over the last 2 3 years. The government is really open up to the idea of, okay, what can we do, and the industry is being consulted in various forums, and we give our perspective. Like, look, this is what's happening on the ground, and India cannot be left behind. This is a sector that's growing just like AI, crypto is also a sector which is very hot. It's not just limited to US now. Many other countries, both developing and developed countries, have adopted it already. And given the nature of the asset class, we can't just ignore it. We have to have a view. We have to have a decision. All that is required is just like some proactive consultation and partnership with the industry, so that the industry does the heavy lifting and make sure that India doesn't lose the race here.
Absolutely. Fingers crossed for that one. A final question then, Sumit, and this one is on what is the plan going forward? I'm not even asking your Diwali plan right now, which I almost know is going to be partying with all that new money sitting in, coming in your account and to the company's account. What are the plans that CoinDCX have from here? Whatever you started, as you said, 6-7 years ago with a couple of people, it is showing results now. What is the next jump that the company is looking to make?
Yeah, I mean, it is showing results, but I think the journey is not like even started fully. I do believe there's a lot of work to be done. We still believe that we are a young startup which is passionate about the sector, which is very committed to going deeper in Web3. And overall, we believe that the plan is to make sure that Bitcoin reaches to every household, just like how gold has reached over like hundreds and thousands of years. I think Bitcoin hopefully will reach close to that scale in the next 5 to 10 years, and we are just committed to working towards that, to driving adoption and not just investment, but also driving utility of crypto assets, digital assets, by integrating it with the financial services sector. There's a lot of work that's happening globally. CoinDCX as a company also wants to do a lot of that, but that requires capital, that requires resources, and this investment will actually help us a lot in terms of helping us realize our mission.
Well, even to that, thank you so much, Sumit, for joining in. And congratulations yet again as you see another round of funding. And of course, the valuations growing considerably higher there for CoinDCX. Appreciate your time. With that, that's all the time that we have on this episode of Big C. Thank you for watching.